Welcome all around entertainment. I'm Jared.
I'm Joseph. This is going to be our review on Black Mass. So going to the movie. What were we thinking?
It was great. I liked it.
Yeah.
I went into the movie thinking I knew nothing about it. I didn't even know it was even a real story.
Yeah, but I heard right before, watched the trailer, and then it said like true story and everything, and that was kind of a surprise that Johnny Depp does real life stories sometimes. I think the last one he did was actually another mob movie, Public Enemies, but it's not really his forte.
It's not, but he did a really good job in this one. I really liked him, even though the contacts they made him wear, he was kind of creepy, but all around, he's just a great actor himself. He portrayed a really good job. I really liked the way he was. It was just perfect. I could see how that guy would be in real life. You feel like he'd be family, but if you piss him off, he'd kill you.
Yeah, that's he did a good job of really creeping you out.
Yeah,
there was a lot of scenes that he was in where he was talking to another guy's wife or something, that he was threatening them or just threatening another guy, and you're like, I could actually feel like he could physically harm me. He gave that vibe off in that, which was, I don't know how the actual guy was, but if that's how he was and everything, I don't want to meet. I don't want to meet that guy.
I would totally be okay meeting him.
Yeah,
but I wouldn't want to ever piss him off.
I know. Yeah,
stay on his good side for sure.
You could do the smallest thing, it seemed like, and it made him angry.
Yeah.
As far as the story was and everything, I mean, it's based off of a real life story that happened in Boston between 1980s and now, really. Just what was going on in Boston around that time. FBI was actually letting him do all the crime and stuff just so they can get information on other crime families.
On the mafia, on the actual mafia they were going against. Which
was a bad idea because he actually
helped him raise up. He became a kingpin in a sense.
Yeah.
He ran a lot of stuff in Boston.
Yeah. How much of that do you think was really close to the actual what happened?
I'd probably get at least 80%.
Yeah.
Because especially them even though there was the actors talking to the camera if they're in prison,
right,
they still have access to the actual people, so I'm pretty sure they interviewed them. And
right. True.
Especially the thoughts of, even though it's thoughts of other people, these are people that were really close to him and almost like brothers to him.
Right.
And so even his real brother, I'm pretty sure they interviewed him about it.
Yeah. Well, he his brother in real life, not just the movie, he was a senator, and then he became dean. Was it a
dean of a college?
Of a college, and then later on when they found out that he was in contact with his brother after his brother was on the run, they didn't send him to jail or anything.
They just kicked him off.
They just kicked him out, and they're like, no.
Okay, go away. Yeah.
But I guess, he's a powerful guy. They can't do much to him, right? But, speaking of him, there were a lot of heavy hitter actors in this movie.
Yeah.
A-list actors. Which, I mean, before, I didn't really know who was going to be in it. I knew some things about it, but I didn't know there was going to be this many.
Yeah, when it comes in, it's just Johnny Depp and you're okay.
Right.
It's going to be a good movie, but then it had Kevin Bacon in it, it had
Joel Edgerton. Benedict Cumberbatch.
Just
so many.
You just name a group of people that just really, you're like, oh, he's in it?
Yep.
And him, and you're like, this is just since it had a bunch of A-list actors in it,
yeah,
the movie, that's what entertained the movie, was it kept going, and you're just I really like this. This was that's what kept me entertained.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure.
I didn't know. I didn't really know what to expect, if the movie was really gonna, keep my attention, or if it was just gonna be another, movie adaptation of a real life. But it was for a real story, it really kept my attention really well. So,
and it came out swinging at the beginning.
Oh yeah,
that's what was cool. It was it wasn't just oh, this is him, this is what he did. It was it even didn't start with the main character. Went out with his little side buddy, his new recruit, in the sense that when he first had him, he basically went straight up and they were fighting right away, and that's when he starts getting his new recruit, because he finds out that hey, this guy, even though he's part of the family, he still did his job and was I'm not going to let you in because they told me not to let you in, and he did it, and It was really cool.
I think right after that scene too is when you really got the feel of like, I guess sadistic. Johnny Depp's character is. There's a guy fishing for some peanuts and a little peanut dish for everybody, and the whole time he was just concentrating on that. Like he was so upset by that,
and he was counting the minutes of it. He's like, "I've been watching you for 15 minutes doing this," and I was just like, "Oh, jeez."
Yeah, like, he just went off on him. So.
All things piss him off, but I guess he likes. But it's not like it's pissed him off because like it was like I have to eat those too.
Right.
He was thinking about everybody, so he was like. You can tell like how like he wasn't just one big mobster and whatever, but he was like he cared about his community where he grew up in.
That's true. Yeah,
he was taking care of. He was taking care of the South.
That he was really, the Southeast in Boston.
Southie of Boston. Yeah.
What I really liked about this movie is that a whole lot of movies this year they've been. Really action movies and everything. This one, there was some action things in it. There was shooting and murders and stuff in it, but it's just the tone of the movie. It made you feel, I think, and it was just kind of dark in tone. So it wasn't really anything like Avengers where it's like bright and everything. It's just one of those movies that you get like probably once every like 5 years. That like you can really sit down and you just get this really serious feel to it, and sometimes you need those movies.
And that's what was good about it. Like the action scenes complemented the seriousness about it. It wasn't just serious all the way through because sometimes those are hard to, sit through. Like you're just like, oh, I know this is serious, but like I'm getting really bored. Like it was able to kick it off with action or serious, and then bam, they kick it with more action. You're like, oh yeah, more, and then. It was just back and forth, like they bounced off of each other. Action versus serious, and it was
just nice. Suspense. Like, whenever Johnny Depp is on screen, he's always commands a presence, and you're always like wondering what he's going to do next. And with this character in this movie, he was able to really shine. Not that he doesn't shine in all his other movies, but like just how crazy a character he can be. Like he's usually friendly characters, Jack Sparrow, Mad Hatter. He can be kind of friendly, but this one, he's just really like. Dark, and I am going to kill you if you say the wrong thing to me. You give me a peanut butter and jelly sandwich instead of just peanut butter. Whatever. That's just the kind of guy he was, and he gets offended really easily. You gotta watch yourself. So, great cast though. I love the movie. What are you gonna rate it?
I would definitely give it 5 out of 5. I really enjoyed this movie. Yeah, okay. I really enjoyed this movie. Definitely 5 out of 5 black eyes for sure.
There's a lot of those in the movie. So
definitely, like I was gonna do headshots, but black eyes just seemed more because they were just beat the crap out of so many people.
Everybody, yeah. There was actually one really good part in the movie when that new recruit. They drove into the abandoned parking lot to beat this guy up.
I thought the new recruit was gonna get beat up, and then they actually beat up the guy that was next to him.
Yeah. I had to bring it up quick because it's like the kid thought he was gonna get beat up for doing something wrong, and then Johnny Depp started punching another guy, and the kid just looks at him. He's like, "What's going on?" All right, I'll just start punching him too.
And then Johnny Depp looks at him like, "You're gonna help?" And he's like, "Okay,"
And it was unexpected because it was so brutal. But that guy had a couple of black eyes. I just wanted to mention that real quick.
What would you rate it?
I don't think I'm gonna go 5 out of 5. Pretty close. 4.5.
Okay.
Baseball bats, bloody baseball bats. Okay. It's a good movie, no doubt.
Yeah.
I could very easily give it 5 out of 5. I just think, I don't know too much about, what actually happened and everything. Maybe if I knew exactly if the story was exactly how it happened in the movie, which I'm sure it is, but just without that knowing and everything.
Of course, Hollywood's going to put some things, for sure.
But that's just the deciding point for me. But that's our review, guys, of Black Mass. Definitely go see it for yourselves. Probably read up on the history too for yourselves.
It definitely complements each other for sure. Yeah. Don't forget to like and subscribe, guys.
We will see you around.
Have a good day.
Bye.
Welcome all around entertainment. I'm Jared.
I'm Joseph. Welcome, guys, to our review of The Visit. So it's going to be spoiler reviews. So if you don't want to know too much about the plot, then maybe watch one of our earlier reviews.